Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to deep dive into some crazy pop culture moments from this week. On our list we have JoJo Siwa calling out Alex Cooper, the King Kylie era is back, and we even have a Kevin Franke update. So let's dig up the receipts and get into it. If you don't remember, back in April 2024, JoJo Siwa was on Call Her Daddy. I remember this episode specifically because of the hat JoJo was wearing, if I'm being completely honest. This was around the time that JoJo was on one of her many rebrands and she officially landed her Call Her Daddy episode. So come this week, JoJo was on another podcast and they asked her about her time on Call Her Daddy. This was on the Smith Sister podcast, and I thought what JoJo had to say was very interesting.
Genuinely, when I walked into Call Her Daddy, Alex, and this might not be fair of me to say because she might have a different opinion on this, but I can use my better judgment, and the conversation felt very she questioned a lot of things about me, right? And was like, how does this make sense? How does that make sense? And every time I explained myself, she was like, oh yeah, fair enough. You know what I mean? And every single thing almost felt as if she was trying to be okay, not this, Alex, please forgive me, I love you, I adore you, I just watched your thing with Taylor Franke, I'm obsessed with you, but almost she would be to me are you a dumbass? And then I would be like, well, here's why I'm not a dumbass, but this is why I did that. And she'd be like, huh, you're really smart. And I'd be like, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Everything rounded that corner. And it was beautiful.
She talks about that generation being the one that gives her the most hate and that questions her the most.
People bully me, right? It's fair play. People shit on every single thing I do. And I told her yesterday, I was like, Mom, I realized why people feel like they can punch me, essentially, mentally. And she said, oh God, okay, go on, here we go. And I said, because they watched me grow up getting punched, and they see me now.
Wow.
And she was like, what do you mean?
JoJo.
And I was like, well, think about it. I was like, from Dance Moms.
Yes.
Obviously, there was some slight stuff from Abby, slight stuff from the other girls, slight stuff from the other moms, and I was always okay. Then I go on to do YouTube and music, and they watched me get hate. People watched me get hate. They knew I was getting hated on, but that's why I kept going through, because I was, anti-bullying, and it was okay, and I'm okay, and you can push through this.
It doesn't sound like there's any bad blood between the two. However, people in the comments felt their own opinion about JoJo. This comment said, she questioned you in an interview? That's called an interview. No, I agree. I thought Alex was condescending towards JoJo in that interview. I'm a fan of Call Her Daddy, but I 100% agree with her. She can definitely come at you based on public's narrative in a condescending way. But that's what happened with JoJo this week. I'm sure this is not the last time we will be hearing about her, and let's move on to the next one. So moving on, you guys, to Kylie Jenner. She is bringing back her King Kylie era. If you weren't around for the 2015 Snapchat era of Kylie Jenner, then I'm sorry to say, but you missed out. It was a time to be alive on the internet, and Kylie had taken over the Snapchat app. From her teal hair, overlined lips, and her Tumblr core attitude, she was everything. So fast forward to 2025, 10 years later, and she is bringing it back. And as most people are excited about this, of course not everyone is. Some are side-eyeing the whole thing, saying Kylie's just capitalizing on nostalgia, or that the King Kylie energy doesn't hit the same now that she's a mom of two, a multimillionaire, a businesswoman, and dating Timothée Chalamet. We've already had people reviewing the products such as Jeffree Star.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another makeup review. How are ya? Now, what is on the chopping block today? She's here. Kylie Cosmetics said, hello, King Kylie is back. Shadow palette, because this is highly requested, y'all. I've been hitting up all week. Are you gonna review Kylie? Are you gonna review King Kylie? Yes, I am right here. Okay, bitch, here we go. Highlighter brush. Okay, it obviously is matching her famous teal hair. She had mint teal. She did the full works, honey. In King Kylie packaging, it's giving. Is this gonna be pretty or not? Let's see. Ooh, okay. It's definitely giving you that beautiful, beautiful glow. Ooh, bitch. Okay, I'm just gonna take a brush and go right into sugar mint. Are these pigmented? Are they sheer? I don't know what they're supposed to be. It says wet and multi-dimensional. Oh, it's like that beautiful kind of alien-esque sheer wash of color. The pans are a little small for me. It's giving really drugstore. Oh dear. Listen, these are pressed shimmers. I wasn't expecting the most craziest, but I was expecting a little bit more pigment. Everything was great except the palette. Everything in this collection is Jeffree Star approved except this.
I'm curious to see what people say who aren't influencers and who didn't receive these items in a PR package, as well as here are some things that people did say just about the brand overall.
The internet is calling Kylie Jenner's attempt to revive King Kylie the equivalent of trying to reheat nachos. And I would have to agree, I do not think this is going to work for many reasons. A big reason being that she has made this very clear that this is her greatest hit. It hasn't even been a full 10 years yet, and this is, I think, her third time trying to bring this back. Another reason is that she's really not trying that hard. I think Kylie is convinced that if she does like one Snapchat filter with a dog, the internet will go crazy. But she does not have the same pull with the internet that she did back in 2016. And that's because Kylie used to interact with her fans on a daily basis on Snapchat. She amassed a following so big on there that I think she is still the most followed on Snapchat to this day. And now she's older and wants her privacy, which is fine, but if you're going to bring something back, you're gonna have to bring a lot with it. We also have the fact that she is not committing to the heavy makeup look that was very popular in 2016. And the biggest one is that she is not committed to appropriating Black culture as she once was. Look at how dark she did her makeup in these photos versus what she is giving the girls today. Then there's the fact that there's speculation that she stole her entire aesthetic from Heather Saunders, which is one of her good friends to this day. And I saw somebody say that if she did a proper collab with Heather, giving her credit and homage to it, that it would have came over better with the public. And I agree, but I've noticed that the Jenners really have an issue with giving people credit.
Over the weekend, Kylie Jenner had her pop-up for the brand. Multiple influencers and celebrities were in attendance. So I guess we will see what people say about the products themselves when they receive them in the mail or get them in stores. But from what I've gathered, most people aren't sure about having a blue eyeshadow necessarily for every day. Yes, this could be fun, but again, who is wearing black lip gloss every day? People aren't sure if the public's gonna really care if after 10 years. And some are saying that it's just lazy marketing. I'm seeing opinions all over the place. Again, some people really love it, so I'm not really sure, and I guess we'll see as the time goes on. Last but not least, you guys, Kevin Franke is getting married. On his Facebook page, Kevin revealed his engagement to his fiancée, Becca Bevan, describing her as a wonderful and amazing woman. He announced the wedding is planned for November 14th in Springville, Utah, a relatively simple ceremony with family. In his announcement, he wrote, quote, "Redemption is a real thing. There were moments during the past 3 years when I didn't think I would ever feel happiness or the warm embrace of a loving partner again." The internet has mixed feelings. Some fans and followers have cheered him on, glad he's found love again, hopeful for stability, and relieved for the children. Others are more skeptical, resurfacing questions about his role during the abuse years, how fast the timeline seems, and how this new life fits into the public narrative of the Frankes. And I mean, this is a whole other video in itself, so let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. But yes, it sounds like all the Frankes are moving on, including the kids, Chad and Sherry, and I wish nothing but the best for them. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!